is with these pansy reporters? These guys who are in the room but don't necessarily have the stones to do God's work. Go out there and do a man's work. Go out there and ask the president something that is clear and obvious from something the president has previously said. It doesn't necessarily matter that the man is the president at this point. The question becomes, what is his relationship? What was his associations? At the end of the day, the president is just a man. The thing that's real about that is the president is a man. The thing that is also real about that is over the course of that particular person's lifetime, that person has had associations and experiences that we ourselves on this side of his experience in this world, we're not privy to. Your job as reporters is to unearth that. You guys have been attacking Donald Trump for everything but a kitchen sink. And yet on this very specific issue, when the issue is screaming, considering that it was Trump himself who implicated him in this, the pattern of logic and the pattern of questioning should be very straightforward. It's not about insulting the president with the question. It's more so that the president has implicated himself in this particular matter. And it behooves you to go out and do your job. Go out, get the axe. Time to do work. Donald Trump and his associations with Epstein. I don't care about the back and forth between Clinton and Trump that some of these channels have. Because at the end of the day, I can see both of them as potentially being guilty of something, considering Trump has implicated himself in it and considering Clinton and his associations with Epstein. Here's the thing. Don't beat around the bush with us. Trump does not want to answer this question. Even in the way that he has given out information over the course of his lifetime. Let's go back to 2015, for example. He is giving you information that implicates himself without necessarily wanting to actually implicate himself. It's as if it's screaming at him to get out. But he can't necessarily tell you what he knows because it would mean that he is somehow a party to it because he knows. What do I mean by this? A reporter asked Donald Trump the following. And he's asking him this based on a video that he's seen, that I have also seen, but he's asking this in a radically different way than I would ask this. Let's hear him ask the question. In fact, let's do this. Donald Trump has asked the question on his relationship with Epstein based on a video that Donald Trump had made prior in 2015. Donald Trump lies about this. It's a lie because Donald Trump has already self-implicated himself in regards to this matter. But the reporter didn't ask it in a way to close off the doors, close off the barriers, and just have Donald Trump there, a man in his underwear, caught. He didn't ask it in those terms. He asked it in somewhat of a squeamish way, as if he was somehow scared because of the office. Screw that. Screw that. Did you have associations with a pedophile that we need to know about? And if so, that person is in court and in jail. So now, what do you know? When did you know it? How long did you know it? What do you know about this particular issue that may be material to that particular case? Oh, ask the questions because all of them scream to be asked just based on what Donald Trump has already previously said. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Progressive Soapbox. Guys, if you dig this content, please like, share, and subscribe. You can always support this content through PayPal or Patreon. This content is indeed brought to you by you, and I appreciate you the opportunity for allowing me to do so. This reporter asked this.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and so a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. And I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well. Whatever it is, I don't know the situation with Prince Andrew. Just don't know.
I don't know the situation with Prince Andrew. I just don't know. And I wish her well. I don't know much about this case. Don't know much about it. Yes, I know her. We've floated in the same circles during that time frame, but I wish her well. Here's the problem. You, Donald Trump,
He'll tell you.
got caught. Two things. One, that Epstein likes his young girls, or likes them young, the first point. That gives across that you know something that just seems to be leaking out of you for whatever particular reason. Hell, you can even make the argument that, yeah, it was leaking out of me because I was appalled by it. Fair enough. I'm not trying to implicate you in being a part of the process. I'm trying to implicate the fact that you know something that is obvious, that it's clear, that it's in you, and is screaming to get out of you. What do you know? And when do you know it? You can't tell the public that you don't know anything about Prince Andrew after this.
That island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it. The island was an absolute cesspool.
Just ask Prince Andrew.
About it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it. The island was an absolute...
Did you see the look on Donald Trump's face when he said that? Let's right here. Take a look at it real quick. Just ask Prince Andrew. That island was an absolute cesspool. Wait a minute. Let's go back here for a bit. Look at this face. I love that. He gives the guy a look, and he says, basically, go ask Prince Andrew. It's a cesspool. And he looks at him and he gives him a nod, like, you know what I mean, you know what I mean. My point is, you have basically tied Prince Andrew with Epstein. And in doing so, you pointed out the fact that that island was a cesspool. Okay, what do you mean by cesspool? Be explicit. Now, he needs to explain that. Now, are you saying cesspool in the sense that he is messing with young girls and that you are aware of the fact that he was messing with young girls? And the problem is that if you are aware of that fact, you didn't come forward, well, that makes you look bad now. So under no circumstances can Donald Trump really ever come forward with any information that he may actually have. But the fact is, he has already mentioned Andrew Epstein. And any notion of Epstein comes along with Ghislaine Maxwell, who he clearly has had a relationship with in the past. My point is, the very fact that this video exists means that the question to Donald Trump needs to be that much more pointed. Hey, Donald, in 2015, you mentioned that the association with Epstein was a cesspool, that pedophile island. Now that we know that Epstein was a pedophile and we believe that Ghislaine Maxwell was working with him, what did you exactly mean when you called in to say, hey, ask Prince Edwards, who at this point has given an atrocious video that makes him look guilty of sin? Why are you telling us to ask Prince Andrew? What do we suppose to get from Prince Andrew in this process? Why is that island considered a cesspool to you? What explicitly are you talking about? Do you have any incentive to basically not come forward with this information because that information makes you privy to knowledge that a pedophile was virtually operating on the course for years? There are questions that should be asked to the president just based on this video alone. And the fact that he goes on and says, yeah, I don't know anything about that, when he clearly knows something about it because he name-checked Prince Andrew, demands further questioning. Go out there, grab your axe from the back, and do work. You've been going after Donald Trump for all sorts of pity-ante stuff for God knows how long. Well, at this point, you actually have something potentially real where the president has wound himself into based on the words that the president himself has used. Yeah, he looks guilty. It looks like he knows something, whatever that something is. And that in and of itself is problematic. Understand, if Donald Trump has knowledge of some ongoing crime that had been going on and just refused to say because he was friends with the guy, that in and of itself is traumatic for any president. You, reporter, do your job. Do work. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks all.